This podcast is sponsored by Highclere Castle Gin, born from a castle, renowned for its parties and acclaimed for its taste. Highclere Castle Gin is the winner of over 200 international spirit awards with a triumphant 100-point score. Pick up a bottle for yourself at highclarecastlegin.com.
All right, everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, happy to be back.
Today, we're tackling something that's been on my mind.
Okay.
It's Max, the streaming giant,
Mm-hmm.
and their strategy, or maybe lack thereof, when it comes to attracting Gen Z.
Interesting.
They scored big with Euphoria, no doubt. That show's a phenomenon.
Yeah, totally.
But then they go and cancel Pretty Little Liars after just 2 seasons. And on top of that, they're going all in on nostalgia with the 30th anniversary of Friends.
Yeah, a lot to unpack there.
We've got some intriguing snippets from today's news, filed under daily0923.txt, I believe.
Let's dive in.
Okay, so this commentator, talking about Pretty Little Liars, said, and I quote, 2 seasons. Color me shocked it even made it that long.
Wow.
Harsh, right. But does that reaction surprise you at all?
Honestly, not really. Here's the thing. The teen drama scene is saturated, even on streaming. Euphoria struck a chord for sure, but shows like Pretty Little Liars, even with the name recognition, they face an uphill battle.
So true.
They need that extra something to really break through.
It makes you wonder about some of Max's other shows, like The Sex Lives of College Girls seems to be doing well, but who's the core audience there? Teens? Or is it landing more with millennials?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It might be hitting a sweet spot, appealing to both older Gen Z and millennials.
Right.
But is that intentional or a happy accident? Which brings us back to that fundamental question.
Yeah.
Can Max really be everything to everyone? Can they afford to be?
And that leads us perfectly to Friends. It's their 30th anniversary.
30 decades.
They're pulling out all the stops, 4K, Dolby Vision, the works. Is this just pure nostalgia bait for us millennials? Or could it actually work on Gen Z too?
It's interesting, right? Because comfort watching is huge right now, especially for Gen Z, even younger millennials.
Yeah.
It's about finding solace, familiarity,
Mm-hmm.
predictable humor.
It's a break from all the noise, right?
Exactly. And Friends delivers that in spades.
Plus, let's be real, those 4K upgrades, not a bad thing.
Not at all.
Gen Z grew up with streaming quality. Making a show from the 90s look modern might be their way to get them hooked.
Exactly. Max could be playing a clever game, Keep the millennials happy with the nostalgia while potentially roping in Gen Z with a visually updated comfort watch.
Clever,
Yeah.
lady. So coming full circle here, can Max afford to be this scattered? Is this mishmash of content really a strategy, or is it a bit all over the place?
It's a gamble, for sure.
Yeah.
Trying to please everyone can backfire.
Right, you spread yourself too thin.
Exactly.
You risk not truly resonating with anyone.
The streaming world is ruthless.
It's true.
To truly thrive, they might need to pick their battles,
Focus.
Yeah, focus on specific demographics, own those spaces.
It's something to think about. Be sure to check out our show notes. We'll have links to those news pieces about Pretty Little Liars and Friends.
Definitely worth a read.
And here's a final thought before we go. Maybe the real key for Max isn't just about the shows themselves. It's about understanding the why behind Gen Z's viewing habits, what's driving their choices.
The psychology of it all.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. Until next time.
See you then.